Hey guys, I have another small project here I wanted to share. I've wanted an old Briggs motor for quite a while now to put in my man cave, and came across a deal on an app called Let Go. If you're not familiar with it, it's similar to Craigslist and any other selling app. Found this one. This is one I wanted, and then the guy threw in another Briggs motor, which is I believe from the 80s. $60 for the pair, so I was happy about that. It's not too bad a deal. This one had some issues. I had some fuel left in this tank, of course, which was all gummed up and nasty. The good part is that it is a suction feed carb, so it didn't really infect the carb too bad, so I didn't have to do a lot that way. Didn't need to even rebuild it. I just took it apart, checked all the orifices, and it was pretty clean. But I soaked the tank overnight in some of this stuff, Vapor Rust. If you aren't familiar with that, you should get some. It does amazing for any rust removal, and can even shine up hardware that's been sitting around for a while. Just bring some shine back to it. So anyway, let it sit overnight. Drained it out yesterday morning. Did some more cleaning with a Scotch-Brite inside the tank. Slushed it around with a screwdriver and just cleaned it out as best I could. Try to get it running. It would run if I primed the cylinder or the carb with fuel, but it would not stay running. It would burn off what I put in and then quit. So I just assembled it again, and was curious as to this little filter that is at the bottom of the suction tube. I'm like, oh, that's got to be my issue here. And I don't know if you can even see that, but like you can't even see the tiny little holes. So, I reasonably deducted that it was not getting any fuel. So I just cut it off, put the tube back into the carb, and reassembled everything, and lo and behold, it fires and it stays running. So I have a new pickup tube on the way. Not that it would matter. I mean, it runs fine without it, and it's not like the tank is full of dirt, but I figured I'd get one anyway. I also have a new gasket, because this one was obviously patched up with some liquid gasket at some point. The kill tab was broken off, so I welded it back on. It works fine now. You just had to kill it with the choke before. It vibrates itself completely loose if you run it though, so I'm going to have to address that. The only other issues it has is that it seems to seep some oil from the spark plug bore. And again, I've done very little to this, so I didn't even pull the plug. I literally this was loose enough that I could actually see it arcing, so I knew I was getting spark. So I tightened that back up. Got some leakage from some of the head bolts. But other than that, I mean, it's really pretty solid considering how old it is. So I did have it running a little while ago, so it probably won't take much to get going. But I'll give it a quick fire just because I can. Bottle was on it when I got it, so obviously I'll clean that up. This has a pretty neat old little engine. So I guess Probably let it warm up pretty good today and drop this oil out of it, because who knows the last time it has been out. I don't even think I looked at it. So let's just see what sits in here. Yeah, obviously pretty dirty, so. Yeah, it's not the worst, but might as well give it a swap. So anyway, at some point soon I'll be tearing it down and you know, refinishing all the covers and making it look nice and pretty for presentation. I made this quick little base just so it wouldn't jump all over the place. I mean, it's still vibrating the heck out of my bench, but that's all right. So anyway, stay tuned. I'll have another part of this some point down the road. I don't know when, because this is another one of those free time projects. So anyway, I'll get back to you when I can. See ya.